Hey there, CutieinCosplay here with another video. In today's video, I'll be talking about games I used to love, but now I hate. So this is basically a game that I played. I enjoyed it the first time around. Maybe I was a kid and then I returned to it as an adult, or maybe I just give it a second playthrough a couple of years later and I realize I don't like it as much as I first thought. So let's get through my list. Here we go. So the first game I wanted to talk about is Resident Evil 7. When I first played through Resident Evil 7, I thought it was pretty good. I kind of thought that it felt like Outlast, but you had combat, and who doesn't like fighting? After I beat it, I was pretty satisfied. I was like, yeah, it's a well-made game. But honestly, I couldn't care less for the characters of Ethan or Mia, and I really did not believe that the guy at the end was Chris Redfield. He just really didn't look like himself, and honestly, I'm still waiting for Capcom to come out and say, surprise, it really wasn't Chris at all, haha, we got you. Anyway, after some time passed and all the DLC had come out for Resident Evil 7, which I found to be alright, I decided to replay the game. I tried to play it a second time and I started to see these things that I had given a pass to the first time because I was more scared and I was just trying to survive my first time through. I didn't like the story. I don't find Ethan or Mia interesting. Honestly, I find them a little bit more annoying than anything else. The first-person cutscenes just really don't feel right to me or that pleasant to watch, and I could go on, but I'll leave it at that. Resident Evil 7 to me is a game like Outlast. I feel the same way about it. I played it once, I had a good time, and I never really want to pick it up again. Which is sad to me because Resident Evil is a franchise that I enjoy replaying, and I'll rebuy the ports just to give me an excuse to play them again. I've purchased Resident Evil 5 about 5 times now, and I will definitely not be buying Resident Evil 7 times, let alone a second time. So yeah, Resident Evil 7. Next game I used to love, but now I hate, is Mario Bros. 2. I used to love this game as a kid. It's great having 4 characters to choose from, though let's be honest, we all picked Peach. The music was nice, the graphics look alright, but still, there's something about it, I don't know. Years later, I can't stand it anymore. Going back to Mario 3 feels great, and while Mario 1 isn't my favorite, I can still enjoy that game for a few minutes. But Mario 2 just doesn't feel right to me anymore. Maybe it's the fact that you can't stomp on enemies like in every other Mario game, or that it's missing the power-ups and Goombas, but whatever the reason, I just don't ever want to play it again. Next game is Sonic Shuffle. To me, this game used to be a great party game that you could pull out. I always saw this as an equal to Mario Party. I really liked it. But then I went through my Dreamcast collection last year. I ended up playing it again and ooh, yikes, it was awful. It has some great ideas with the card system and its attempt to tell a story, but the mini games are pretty bad. The controls are clunky, and the new characters / the enemy designs, they don't feel like Sonic characters. In fact, nothing really feels like Sonic, not even the music, which is truly a crime. It kind of feels like Sega made a party game, tossed Sonic and Friends into the mix, and just called it a day. Next game is Mega Man X7. I love Mega Man, I think he's awesome, and when I played Mega Man X Collection, and I went through all the games, I had a great time blasting robots, all the way from X1 through X6. X6, it's not really the best, but I can still get some enjoyment out of it. X7, however, oh man, everything that makes the Mega Man X games fun is just completely missing from this one. You have slow walking speed, boring gameplay, awful bosses. It's just a terrible game, and I can't believe I liked it as a kid. Next game is Streets of Rage 1. Now this one hurts to say because I love Streets of Rage. Number 4 is probably my favorite beat 'em up ever made. 2 still holds up really well, and while 3 isn't as good, it's still really fun to play through with a buddy. But for me, the first game is just too ugly and slow paced. I can't believe how different 1 and 2 look, even though they're on the same console. I feel that the combat is too repetitive without having the blitz attacks or the special attacks to mix up your combos, and I cannot stand using the special button that calls out the cop and it stops the game and forces me to watch a little cutscene every time. I'm not there for it. I just think it's such a downgrade from the fast-paced specials of the other games, and just a letdown. One thing I will say, to its credit, is that the music is still awesome, so that's always good. Next up is Batman Forever. I love Batman. Who doesn't love Batman, right? But I do not love this game anymore. When I was younger, the game, it really fooled me into thinking it was this awesome game that looked and played like Mortal Kombat. But instead of being a 1v1 fighter, it's a beat 'em up with multiple levels and co-op play. When I was younger, I really loved uppercutting enemies just like in Mortal Kombat. Something about that uppercut just feels so satisfying. But as an adult, it's no longer enough to hide the fact that this game is poorly made, way too difficult, and very slow. Batman walks so slow in this game, and the music is forgettable. I just can't see myself ever wanting to play this again. And for my last game that I used to love but now I hate, Trespasser. So I enjoy the idea of horror games involving dinosaurs. I've always thought that was interesting. So when I was a kid, I thought that this was awesome to see. And when you're younger, it's harder to see the flaws of games. I feel like I thought that every video game was good and I was just bad at some or worse at some. But anyway, I really didn't play enough of this game when I was younger too to really see the full scope of it. But years later, I tried it again and I just did not have any fun at all. It was filled with so many bugs, and the dinosaurs moved around in silly ways. Maybe that's the only fun I got out of that game, was watching them, how ridiculously they walk around. Honestly, it is so funny to think that this would scare me as a kid, because now I look at it and it just, like I said, makes me laugh at how horribly the raptors walk around. But yeah, I still hope to see a really good dinosaur horror game, whether that's a Jurassic Park game or maybe Dino Crisis, but as far as Trespasser goes, I don't think I'll be playing that again. But who knows, maybe with fan mods, it could be redeemed for me. You never know. So that is my list of games that I used to love, but now I hate them. Let me know in the comments how you personally feel about the games I picked, or if you have any additional comments, or maybe let me know your games that you used to love but now you hate. I love to hear all your comments, so thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!